Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Vera Yuli Andin. I'm from TBI01, and now I wanna make review with our senior.
Yeah, my name is Arwazin Riyadi.
From
I'm from Sumenep, from TBI01, the seventh semester. Yeah.
And in here I wanna make some question for Mr. Reddy. And the first question is, Mr. Reddy is from Madura,
Yeah.
Madura's Island, right?
It's right.
And how you combine your accent Madurese with English speaking here? Your English
Yeah. I think that's really so good questions for me, because I think when we are talking about speaking, especially English language, it has strong connection with culture, right? And culture will also make like some accents. We have like Maduranese or even like Japanese, or in another parts of Indonesia which has a different culture. It will make different accents. And in English, I'm sure that we have to always change our accents, even we are Maduranese or even we are Japanese. For me, the first thing that I do is just for practice, and that's the key to have the good speakings in good accent, especially. And as the first time I try in my boarding house, especially in my Islamic boarding school, only I always practice, and in my daily activities I try to be like native. Even it's really so difficult, because sometimes in daily activities we use Maduranese accents for English. We use it, but in the formal situations we never use it. For example, like interview, I try hard not to use Maduranese accents. Even it's really so hard, but try, practice and practice. That's the key, I think.
Just it.
Yeah.
Anyone tips?
For tips to have a good accent, especially in English, especially when we study about speaking, yeah, we have to always be familiar with all words, or even the Oxford. The most important thing is Oxford. In Oxford, if we study about the tone or the press of the word, for example, like speaking. In speaking, it can be wrong if we say speaking. For example, it's just slow, but it has press word in. For example, speaking. Or in another examples, there are a lot of examples. I think in our in the Oxford dictionary there is the mark like comma, but yeah, like that. You just need to check it if you want to believe what I say.
And how you like apa ya? Your vocabulation. How you, when you sometimes we forget about the vocabulation. We just know one. And there is in English the vocabulation from ini. This is so many vocabulation.
Yeah, I know there are a lot of vocabularies that we can use in our speaking, and for me, the most important thing, what I say at first is practicing, right? In practicing, you will always find new vocabularies. I believe the express of I forget about the name of the speakers. Last semester we have some seminars about public speaking, right? Not at nearby, not at this year, but last year we have like seminar public speaking, in which we try to invite the speaker, and the speaker says that in our brain, especially in vocabulary selections, it has like steps, or if we never practice our vocabularies will try to deep in our brain, and we have to think it more. But if we always use it, it will be in the top of our brain, so it is easy to say, it is easy to express. And in contrary, if we seldom use it, I think the vocabulary will be in the deeper brain, or in the deeper place of our brain, so it's difficult to say. So we have to always practice. That's the key. I think that's the real key of being able to speak English well, I think.
If I ask about your personal life,
Yeah,
it's okay.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
After you graduate from this university, will you continue your study?
Yeah.
Or
I have a wish to continue my study, but just the place, my big expectations, I really want to graduate in Australia. My biggest expectations. But if I fail in this first plan, I will try 2 places in Malang, or in Jogja. Because in English education in Indonesia, we just have 2 good places, especially Malang and also Jogja. In other, no, in master degree, I mean.
your parent is give you permit?
Yeah, but parents, I think at first I try to go out of my island, especially my Islamic boarding school. I asked some permissions to my parents to go out of the Islamic boarding school just to continue my study in Jember. It's really so hard for them just to give me permissions, because I have no what I have no some experience to live outside. I live at home, I live at Islamic boarding schools, but at first I said, Bismillah, I will go out of my islands and I will try to continue my study in English especially. I said like that, and they permitted me, and until now I said, if I can earn money by myself, I will continue my study, but if I don't, I will not. I say like that, and they say, yes, yeah, may God bless you. That's that.
How about girlfriend? Do you have?
No,
Why?
it's not important at all. It's not important at all in our study. It just decrease all your study, especially all your organizations process. Yeah, if you really want to have the 100 result from your process, just focus on your process. Don't divide it with others. For example, like go study others. No, don't. But I have one important thing. One word that I say in my priority. If I have two activities in my organizations or in my academic process, I will really choose my academic. I will go to my class because it's the priority. I go here just to study, not to go study or even not to go to the organizations, whatever it is.
And the last question is,
Yeah.
and how if your parent is not give you permission about your second study?
Second, about my master degree.
Yeah.
I think about parents. Parents are the one in which our God will always bring some blessings with their permissions. if we do something with no their permissions, it's useless. It's useless, I think. Whatever we are doing, even it is good or we think it's good for our future, but our parents don't give like some blessed for our deed. I think it's nonsense. So I will not do what my parents prohibited. I will not do what my parents do not give me the permissions. Yeah, because one word, I live from them, and so I will live for them. I live from them, I will live for them. That's the simple word.
Okay, maybe that's all for the question and answer from Mr. Reddy, and maybe that's all from me. Thanks for your attention. Thanks for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.